Thank you for joining us. I'm Sue Romanoff. I'm the head of healthcare content here at Edison Group. I have the pleasure to speak with Göran Forsberg, CEO of Cantargia. Hello.
Hello, pleasure to meet you.
Great, thanks. So congratulations on your right issue announcement, especially in light of the tightening market. Perhaps it makes sense to kick off the conversation with Cantargia's plan for the proceeds and how this extends your cash runway.
Certainly. The position we are in right now is that we recently presented updated data in both pancreatic cancer and non-small cell lung cancer, and we're obviously very encouraged of what we see, and we obviously have a lots of interest from international actors here. To advance the program in most efficient way, obviously we need to raise capital, and more concretely, we are planning for a randomized trial in non-small cell lung cancer starting next year, and we're already in preparations for a randomized phase 2/3 trial, potentially pivotal trial in the US in pancreatic cancer. And obviously we need to secure funding, and given the market climate, we understand that this has to be done now. We cannot take the risk of waiting longer.
Right, that makes sense. So we found your recent analyst call to be very informative. Could you recap some of the key highlights and intended trial design for non-small cell lung cancer and the next stage pivotal phase 2 and 3 in pancreatic cancer? Maybe also touch on how the regulatory approval is progressing.
Yeah, so let's start with the pancreatic cancer trial because that's obviously most close in time. We are working together with PanCan in the US, and the plan is to then do a first line combination trial with gemcitabine nab-paclitaxel in first line chemotherapy or first line setting in pancreatic cancer. We have approached the FDA as well as the EMA to discuss this trial. We have a number of questions to them that needs to be ticked off before, let's say, finalizing the clinical protocol. This is very much standard procedure, and everything is ongoing according to plan. Once we're through that process and have an agreement with the FDA and EMA on the trial design, we will submit the protocol and hopefully get started to recruit patients later this year. In non-small cell lung cancer, we are in a situation where we have presented very promising data. We need some more patients before we're ready to launch a randomized trial. So recruitment to that part of the trial is ongoing right now. And after summer, we're obviously planning then to start to analyze our internal data, start getting regulatory advice, and then obviously launch that program next year. And the size and ambition level is very much going to be dependent on how data reads out now.
Great, great. We mainly hear about your lead asset, CAN04. However, there's several other things in the works. Maybe you can provide an update on the progress on autoimmune disease. I believe that's CAN10, as it seems like a potential future catalyst. Can you let us know how the preclinical development is progressing toward the clinic?
Absolutely. So CAN10 is the second program in our pipeline, and something we're really encouraged about. We are planning to start phase 1, which initially will be healthy volunteers, and then as quickly as possible go over to patients. And our lead indications are myocarditis and systemic sclerosis. We've seen very strong, exciting results in disease models of both these diseases. And recently, we also showed that the drug has a potential in atherosclerosis through a collaborative study. And obviously a bigger disease, but it really shows a potential in that drug. And we're just, let's say, in the final tox study before we can do the submission and get into the clinic. So a really exciting program and much more to come around that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds exciting. So the financing positions you well to fund the development of Can04. However, does this support the ability to consider other future areas of growth? Perhaps you can give us a glimpse of your longer term plans.
So let's say right here and now, it is very much to continue to build value in the CAN04 and CAN10 programs uh, through the clinical trials. But we also have a platform program where we are generating novel assets. And let's say in the near future, uh, there won't be much noise about that. But let's say once we get into next year, I'd probably be in a better position to share a little bit about the progress and how the next steps might be. There are still two or three different opportunities on the table.
Oh, great. Well, this was a pleasure for us. I mean, thanks for everybody for joining us. Thank you, Goran, for speaking with us here today.
Likewise, pleasure to be here.